What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, Luna Classic community? We're going to talk about CZ from Binance. He has some things to say about how we can burn more Luna Classic. Of course, that is something we all want to see. He's got some ideas on how that could be possible. When we look at the price here today, things are not moving all that much, which, again, a boring market in a bear market is somewhat of a good market. I'll take it. We're still sitting at the 2835 level as we await the big data day tomorrow, which is coming up with inflation numbers. So TERRA Classic right now, again, rank number 32, market cap of $1.7 billion, daily volume of about $444 million. Let's jump into LUNC Penguins before we talk about what CZ said here. And if we take a look at some of the top burners on the list, of course, Binance is up top, over 8.6 billion LUNC burned. The 1.2% burn tax now, 5.4 billion. Lunatics token is still up there, along with Mexi, and those are the top four burning entities right now, all burning at least 1 billion LUNC or more. So with that being said, how do we burn more LUNC? Well, the Binance CEO is speaking out, saying lesser fees would actually lead to greater TERRA Classic burns. So let's dive into this and find out what he's talking about. As we do, make sure you tap that like button down below and subscribe. Really helps us out. So CZ believes the lower the fees, the greater the burn. And he has the numbers to back it up. So we're going to do a little deep dive into this article and see what's going on here. So in a recap of an AMA held 3 days ago, shared by the TERRA Rebels, Binance CZ asserted that lower fees would produce greater burns. Here's what he had to say. To burn more and more LUNC, we need to have a minimal fee so that our LUNC fee revenue becomes the highest and we burn all of the revenue. This is what CZ explained, that higher fees discourage trading activity. Just charging more fees does not mean we have more income. Very often, charging more means you have less income. I think most of the Luna Classic members think that if we charge 1.2%, Binance will burn more LUNC, but it's a mistake. So this is fascinating. A lot of people were upset that they weren't burning all of the 1.2%. But what he's saying is because of the volume, right, that if we have a less of a fee structure, that we can actually burn more because of that volume. The volume will make up. So it's like basically selling, something for $1 and you can sell hundreds and thousands of it, but trying to sell the same product for $10, yeah, you might, sell it for $10, but you're not going to sell as many of them, right? And not make as much money. So it's very similar, right? It's kind of like they call this micropayments, right? Anything that's like $1 to $5, people are willing to kind of just dish out, right? And you can make a lot of money because it's these small payments time over time that add up. People are less likely to pay more for that same item one time, right? So he also said we burn all of our revenue. We do not make any money from LUNC trading fees. We burn it all. He also encouraged other exchanges to burn LUNC, but he said, I do not control them, which he says, I also encourage other exchanges to do it, but I and LUNC community do not control other exchanges, so it's up to everybody else. We have done our part. LUNC community, here's a small important recap from the AMA with CZ. And this is coming from the TERRA Rebels. Now, it bears mentioning that despite earlier pressure from the TERRA Luna Classic community to apply the 1.2% tax to off-chain activity, Binance opted to burn the 0.1% fees. And this is speaking to CZ's point here. And while this is a considerably lower fee, again, it has managed to burn almost twice as much as the 1.2% burn tax. So think about that. And this is within the same time period. Okay. Again, 8.6 billion so far to 5.4 billion, not quite double, but still a big number, right? And it's above that 1.2% tax. Again, maybe in the same time period, it actually has burned double, okay? So notably, despite the hype surrounding the 1.2% burn tax on chain activities, the tax has failed to meet expectations. For example, TERRA developer Alex Forshaw highlighted in a recent blog post that on-chain volume has declined by as much as 90% since its implementation. Many people are going to Binance. Consequently, a new proposal has been launched to reduce the tax to 0.2% while reserving 10% of the tax obtained for the development of the chain. Now, the proposer known as Akujiro hopes that the proposal can attract people who moved to centralized exchanges to avoid the tax back to on-chain activities, right? That's what's happening. Many people are just going to centralized exchanges. So we'll see what happens. But it says here, notably, Vegas, one of the most popular rebels, has said he thinks it's too early to change the tax parameter. However, the TERRA rebel has launched a poll opting to vote in favor of the community. So vote on the poll here. It's proposal 5234. And we'll see if this 1.2% tax burn gets changed. But I think we're starting to learn how the Binance burns are actually performing extremely well compared to the 1.2% burn tax, and having a less fee structure actually makes people transact more. And it's all about volume here, folks. If you can get more volume with less of a tax per transaction, that's what you want, right? If that 1.2% tax deters people from doing it in the first place, well, yeah, you might have some people do it, but you don't have the volume. You don't have numbers and numbers and numbers of people doing it, right? So that's what we've got for you here in the video. Thank you guys so much for popping in. Hopefully you learned something here and got your news and information here on Luna Classic. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.